A place as cold as minus 50 degrees Celsius, breath can freeze in the air. Phones shut down after just a few minutes, and vehicles have to light fires under the chassis to start. In a place where winter lasts nearly 8 months, how can people live? That is Yakutsk, the coldest city in the world inhabited by humans. But the amazing thing is that the people here not only survive, but also adapt in an extraordinary way. How do they cope with the extreme cold? How is life in this frozen land? The answer will definitely surprise you. "450 kilometers from the Arctic Circle, Yakutsk is one of the few cities located on permafrost, where the winter is so cold that boiling water immediately turns to ice. Summer temperatures can reach 19.5 degrees Celsius, but winter quickly plunges to negative 38.6 degrees Celsius, even lower, causing everything outdoors to freeze in just a few seconds. However, nearly 300,000 residents have still lived here for many generations, turning extreme cold into an inseparable part of life. But you still don't feel how harsh it is. In this video, I will show you with my own eyes, experience it with my own hands through practical experiments to prove Yakutsk is not only cold, but also challenges all human limits. In Yakutsk, just throw a cup of boiling water into the air, and it will immediately explode into thousands of snowflakes, creating a magical, natural fireworks display. But that's just the beginning. Try hanging a wet shirt in the cold. Just 5 minutes later, it will freeze to the point that it can stand up straight like a wooden plank. What about hot noodles that have just been cooked? As long as you lift your fork, the noodles will immediately harden, hanging in midair like an ice sculpture. And the most miraculous thing in the cold minus 40 degrees Celsius, a miracle happened. When you blow a balloon into the air, it doesn't explode, gradually crystallizes, forming beautiful ice and snow patterns on the surface. Yakutsk is not only the coldest place inhabited by humans, but also a land where winter seems to defy all natural laws. Here, winter is not just a season, but a harsh challenge. Everything around you is frozen. The air is as cold as a giant freezer, but the amazing thing is that life still goes on. People still go to work, go to school, and even deliver goods by bicycle in the snow. The city also installed heated bus stations, just like Dubai installed air conditioning at bus stations to avoid heat. An interesting paradox between two weather extremes. Surprising truth, in Yakutia, no one turns off the car engine in winter. Although gas prices are about 0.76 cents per liter, keeping the engine running is more important, because if you turn it off, you may never be able to start it again. Even each yard has a specialized tarpaulin cover and winter awning to protect the car, and local people jokingly call these covers by the name Natasha. Even when building a house, people leave space between the foundation and the ground to avoid affecting the permafrost layer below. When walking through residential areas, you will feel like you are lost in a snow-covered dream where everything is covered in frost. Imagine a market that doesn't require freezers, where fish and meat are displayed on counters and are still as hard as rock. Not thanks to modern preservation technology, but because Yakutsk is so cold that nature did it all by itself. Stepping onto the street, you will see carpeted stairs everywhere, not for decoration, but to prevent your feet from slipping and falling on the thick layer of ice. Yet amidst the biting cold, the market was still bustling with buyers and sellers, as if the temperature of dozens of degrees Celsius was not a problem. The most outstanding is share fish, a fish that has just been caught and freezes immediately, retaining its natural fresh taste. Yakutsk people consider this a premium specialty, priced at $20 per kilogram. In a place where the cold can freeze all the time, this dish is not just food but part of an extraordinary adaptive culture. In many places around the world, -5 degrees Celsius is enough to make people huddle in thick layers of clothing, but in Yakutsk, -41 degrees Celsius is still a normal working day. And when the temperature dropped to -55 degrees Celsius, the women at this market still stood selling from morning to night, despite freezing eyelashes, frosty breath, and numb hands from the cold. People wear thick fur coats, not only to keep warm, but also as a part of culture. Expensive mink furs appear everywhere, as a symbol of adaptation to harsh nature. They not only wear thick layers of clothing, but also have their own secrets to cope with the bone-chilling cold. Fur, especially mink and fox, is a top choice because it keeps you warmer than any industrial fabric. Reindeer hide boots and sheepskin gloves help protect limbs from frostbite, while large fur hoods cover both the head and ears, keeping in maximum heat. I am present at Yakutsk, and from here, the journey 914 kilometers full of challenges to come Oymyakon, where the temperature once touched -72 degrees Celsius is about to start. A land where the cold can freeze time, where the breath also turns into frost in midair. However, in the endless cold land, herds of reindeer quietly strode, crossing the white snow, followed by the nomads who have been with them for generations. Reindeer are not just animals, they are also the breath of life here. They pull sleds through the cold, providing supplies, milk, meat, and warm fur, helping people cope with harsh winters. In a land where the cold can freeze everything, reindeer are the only bridge between humans and survival. Also, can a horse survive the cold of -70 degrees Celsius, where most other creatures cannot? No need for cages, no need for special care. They still bravely stride across the white snowfields, finding their own food under the thick layer of ice, as if the cold was never a threat. That is the Yakutian horse, a living wonder of Siberia. Their thick armor-like fur, extraordinary adaptability, and enduring strength have turned them into symbols of survival in the harshest nature on the planet. Under the icy Siberian sky, you can witness the magical halo phenomenon, when light from the sun or moon interacts with ice crystals suspended in the air, creating a brilliant halo. The cold here is not just a number, but a feeling that covers everything, from frozen breath to each heavy step on thick snow. But what surprised me the most? Despite the harsh weather, life here is wonderful. Siberia is not only a desolate land, but also contains the majestic beauty and intense vitality of its people. Moscow isn't the only beautiful place in Russia. Even the most remote lands have wonders waiting to be discovered. Today we will walk together through Yakutsk Old Town, where history and culture blend in the harsh, icy landscape. Yakutsk Old Town is a slice of time in the heart of Siberia, with traditional wooden buildings bearing the mark of Russian architecture. Snow-covered rooftops, white roads, and mist rising from every step create a scene like something out of a winter fairy tale. Under the cold -40 degrees Celsius, life still goes on bustlingly. People walk, shop, and chat as if it were just a normal day. You will find cozy cafes hidden among wooden buildings, outdoor markets selling frozen meat and fish, and even small Yakut corners where time seems to pass more slowly. The journey to Yakutsk port is not just a trip, but also a challenging experience amid the harsh cold of Siberia. On both sides of the road, traditional wooden roofs appear amid the mist, thin columns of smoke rising from the chimneys, like a vivid winter painting. Cars covered in snow, their engines always running to avoid freezing, a familiar image in daily life here. If you want to experience the bitter cold down to -50 degrees Celsius, where your breath can freeze, then Yakutsk is the destination for you. And to start this challenging journey, land at Yakutsk Airport, the gate that leads you into the coldest city inhabited by humans in the world. Prepare your thickest fur coat, because as soon as you step off the plane, you will feel the harshness of the Siberian winter in the most authentic way. Heading to Yakutsk? This is a hotel you shouldn't miss. If you are ready to conquer the -50 degrees Celsius cold in Yakutsk, I will tell you a warm shelter in the middle of the ice. Boutique Hotel Marrakesh. 33rd. Located right in the city center, this hotel not only provides a luxurious and comfortable space, but also helps you relax after a long day exploring the coldest land in the world. Don't worry about the harsh weather outside, because here you will always be welcomed with the warmth and comfort. The journey to explore the frozen land of Yakutsk has temporarily ended, but there are still countless wonders waiting for you ahead. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the most exciting moments and unique adventures. See you again on your next journeys.